She said there were signs that Richards was up to something sinister, but she didn't see it coming. The Liberia National Police have arrested and are investigating an American national, Lucas Richards, on allegations of criminal attempt to commit murder and aggravated assault. Lucas Richard, U.S. citizen and a missionary of the Greek Side Church, is married to a 21-year-old Liberian woman Jessica Lloyd. On September 14, at 3 p.m., it is alleged that suspect Richards drove the victim, Jessica Lloyd, around Dixville, Caldwell. Lloyd described the terrifying incident, explaining that Richards had enticed her to a remote location under the guise of changing a flat tire. In an unexpected twist, he attacked her with a metal tool, attempting to slit her throat. Fortunately, a concerned bystander stepped in and saved her life. Jessica said, "While we were going, we saw a cemetery and he suggested that we get down and see the graves. He said that's what they do in America, but I told him no. Later he stopped the car and said one of the tires had a problem and he pulled the irons and called me to help him. While helping him, he said there was dirt on my head, and he loosened my hair to take away the dirt. Then he hit me with the iron very hard. I thought it was the tire that burst, but I fell and while attempting to wake up, he took the knife and began to slaughter me. But it looks like the boy has been watching us and he saw him hitting the iron on my head. And he came to my rescue." Lloyd is currently being treated at the John F. Kennedy Medical Center, while suspect Richards is being held at the Liberia National Police Headquarters. Richard has, however, vehemently denied the allegations, asserting that Lloyd had been injured in a motorcycle accident. She was hit by a motorbike. The motorbike struck her, causing her to fall backward and roll into the ditch, he maintained. In his denial, Richard told police that the victim had asked him for $150 to buy foodstuff from the supermarket. After shopping, he dropped her along the roadside for her to get a motorbike that would take her back home. "From there we decided that I can drop her. She will get a motorbike while standing on the road. I saw a motorbike come from nowhere and hit her," he said. The mother of the victim shared that her daughter and Richard initially crossed paths at a boarding school in Cape Mount. Richard subsequently fell in love with Lloyd and proposed marriage. And that Richard was already married to an older lady before his marriage to Jessica. The victim's mother also accused Richard of administering an injection that resulted in the termination of Jessica's 2-week pregnancy a few months ago. Richard, a missionary of the Creekside Church, is currently in police custody undergoing investigations for attempted murder.
And I'm standing there doing this with the jack thing. And next thing I know, a motorbike comes out of nowhere and hits her. And she goes into a ditch because right after this coal tar is like a little extra coal tar on the side of the coal tar. Right after that is just a big ditch.
Okay.
The motorbike hit her. She fell backwards and rolled into that ditch. I think she even fell backwards and hit the edge of the coal tar because she had blood coming. But she rolled backwards into there. At that point, I leave what I'm doing and I go to check on her and help her out and ask her if she's okay. I bring her up onto the coal tar. And at this point, this motorbike driver that just hit her is yelling out to other motorbikes, KK, whatever that's driving by, and this big lorry, big truck, big red truck was carrying, I don't know, a dump out truck, something like that, telling them that I hurt the girl, that I did something to the girl. I don't know how they were saying, but they were yelling it out, screaming it out, and so they're stopping, and all these motorbike guys are stopping, and they're vexed at me. I'm walking around the front to go get in the car. She was walking around the front with me. She goes around the front, and she's coming to get in the car. Then something goes through the window and comes and hits me right here on the head. And when it hit me, I did like this on the steering wheel. And one of the guys took a big stick and started pounding. He came in front of the Land Cruiser and he started pounding on the thing. And so at this point, she's telling me to go. She would be okay as me then because they think they're probably going to get money from me. I had $400 in my pocket. No, 350 because I gave her 150. I had $350 in my pocket right here and some small in my wallet right here. It was becoming so bad, and the truck believed that I was doing something wrong, so he was wanting to stop me. She's telling me go, and everything that I've heard about motorbike drivers in Liberia is that if something happens, you are always wrong, especially if you're from outside, because they think they can get money from you. So I hit the gas and I start going. I didn't hit nobody. I even hit before I put it in gear. I did like this so that it backed up, and then I went. And of course, the motorbikes were following me, and the motorbike that hit her already had his motorbike out of the something. All I remember is that it was a red motorbike with a license plate in front. That's all I remember about it. But when they started following me, and I didn't know where to do. The only thing I knew was go to the first police officer that I could see.
Okay.
So what a relationship between this guy and
So I get to the first area where there's a police officer, and that police officer was so scared because he got hit with the same things they were chunking at me. They busted all my windows. You go look at that Land Cruiser. They busted all my windows.
I saw it.
They hit that police officer. He told me to keep going to the next police. He was going to try to stop these people.
Okay.
But that didn't work. Finally, when I reached to the I don't remember the exact how you call that area, but that goes on to the Walla. The police officer came and said, let me drive. Sorry, I'm still bleeding from this.